My name is Ryan, also known as Dry Eye Builds, and this is day one of building Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Let's start with the track layout. You depart the dual loading station and begin with my favorite scene in the ride, this slow ascent while the Guardians brief you on your mission. You curve through a warp tunnel into a black room featuring the Celestial named Aidan the Searcher, flexing the cosmic generator on you. Then, you launch through a huge cloud of lightning into a show building 4 times the volume of the Epcot ball. Here begins the layout. Let's separate the layout into 3 block zones. If you're unfamiliar, a block zone is a section of track that only one train may occupy at a time. At the end of each block zone is a method to stop a train. The screens fall into an H-shaped layout like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Imagineers deliberately designed this layout to maximize the number of times you see these screens. After the launch, you go over a couple bunny hills at the top of the building and pass by Aidan the Searcher on this huge screen. Then, you pass by the Guardian ships on this second screen, fly by the Space Demon again, right here, and you pass the Guardian ships one more time on screen 4. This leads you into your first block break. At the start of section 2, we fly by a couple ships warping through space, meander in between a couple screens, pass around the Milky Way right here, pass through a hexagonal tunnel, and through one more tunnel before taking a turn and seeing the ships warping through space one more time. A speedy lift hill takes the train upwards at the back of the building and wraps it around the moon while you get one final view of the Space Demon on this massive screen. You do an overbank right here, dive under a various track, and loop around the Earth right here before zooming back to the station. Okay, let's build it! One challenge I had with the EV3 is that it wasn't strong enough to pull this lift at the speed that I wanted it to. So now I have a drill hooked up on here, and depending on how hard I press this button, this chain can go slowly or at a launching speed. Here's how that drill can be controlled by an EV3. We have a string hooked up around the throttle. That string wraps around a cable drum, which is connected to a Lego motor via a gear reduction to amplify the strength of the motor. Here's a demonstration of low speed and then high speed. I finally got the speed of the launch perfect. Nice. That track is not going anywhere. Here is the first block zone. Nice. All finished with block zone 2. Now the track layout is fully finished. Let's start with the second launch. You'll see that this lift only triggers when the train is nearby. This drill has a string wrapped around it, which is triggered by the station, like this. After looking around Michael's for a little bit, I decided that these foam boards would cut it for the screens. I've added quite a few new effects since the last time I filmed. So let me show you how some of them work. So far, this Lego EV3 has been the heart of my coaster. It's controlled opening station gates, chains, any motors that I needed. But it only has 4 ports, and I needed more motors than that to trigger the fog and the strobe lights. So, I added a second Lego EV3, which is triggered by the same motor that triggers the second lift. This right here is a motion sensor And when the second lift triggers, it tells this EV3, wait 20 seconds. After 20 seconds, this train will be back on the lift. After 20 seconds, the fog gets triggered. It just has this little button like this that a Lego motor triggers very briefly for a quick burst of fog. Any more fog than that would set off the fire alarm. Luckily, I have this fan right here just as a failsafe. As for the LEDs for the strobe tunnel lighting, they're the same LEDs as these. They're always on. They're just plugged into a surge protector right here. The on-off switch has strings around it, so when the time has come, the EV3 will switch the motor, turning them on briefly, and then turning them off again. That's the sequence of events that makes this launch sequence possible. For a couple other sources of movement in the ride, we've got the Earth, the Milky Way, and a disco ball moon. I had to call in some help for these. Big shout out to Dave DiGiacomo. You can find more of his work at Artistic Mystic on Instagram. He drew these 3 celestials, which take the ride experience to a whole nother level. And in the interest of not making this video too long, that's really every part of the coaster I wanted to highlight. Oh right, these trains aren't gonna cut it. Let's give them a little makeover. Now they resemble the Cosmic Rewind trains just a little bit more. I will admit, these trains don't spin. That'll be in a future video. I have a friend working on 3D printing spinning trains, but those weren't ready just yet, and I wanted to get this video out. I go to college in 2 days. I hope you enjoyed this longer video. This was my first time filming my building process. I hope it's inspired you in some way. Now, I'm pleased to show you the first K'NEX Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Thank you for watching the video. If you work in theme park engineering or live entertainment engineering, I'd love to connect over email. It's first thing in the description because this is my dream job. Click here to watch more of my K'NEX coasters and click here to see some Minecraft rides.